So on the strength of that album, Welcome to the Night Sky, you guys win your first Juno Awards. This is 2008. You win for New Group of the Year, I believe. Yeah. What does that
Yeah.
what does that award mean to you? I mean, this is Canada's Grammys. What does it mean to you that your country acknowledges the hard work and talent and creativity that you've put in after all those
Uh,
years?
I think it was just that at that time, because I mean, you're doing at that point we were doing uh doing it. We were touring pretty consistently for 5 years at that point or something, with not much to go off of, like as far as accolades go. And if like if there's not, like, if you're just on the road all the time, and like, yeah, I don't know, like having an award like that, it's just like kind of makes everything um kind of warranted. Your family hears about that, and like they're super excited for you. It makes all the time you put into it validated. Yeah, it was wonderful, to receive that at that time, and it just put wind in our sails.
So around the time of that album, you guys were selected to open for Paul McCartney. You had just mentioned Paul McCartney a few minutes ago. How did that come to be? And did you feel any kind of imposter syndrome being in the presence of the great one? The Beatles, greatest songwriting duo of all time. What was that
Yeah,
like?
well, I mean, I think it was another thing, like, about doing it all together, like, and just kind of the general, um, how gradual things were with the band up till then. Everything, it was just such a slow roll, and yeah, I mean, that was I think we were selected because there was I think a friend of ours in Montreal was asked for recommendations for bands from Halifax, and we were on that list. So it was us, and Joel Plunkett was playing that day as well. Forget who else. I think feel like somebody else played too, but yeah, that was awesome, because we soundtracked right after him, and he waited out on the stage for us and like said hello, which was amazing. And I just remember how kind of underdressed I was at the time. I was like wearing like cut off shorts and like my Daniel Johnson t-shirt.
I
And
made a grave mistake.
yeah, I was like, I probably should have put on something nice to meet Paul McCartney. But
I feel like you need like a full suit is the only way to like
yeah,
properly
yeah,
look.
exactly. Right. Yeah. But he was amazing. So nice. So, and he like joked around with our bass player, Mike Bigelow, for a while, saying something about us bass players need to stick together. But yeah, the imposter syndrome. I don't know. In that time, we were going over to play an Irish festival the next day. Like we actually had to leave right after we played that day. So we were just kind of rolling, and it was just kind of like, this is a really cool thing that we can do. And my family was there, and they were just like, again, that's kind of like saying similar kind of experience to winning a Juno. If you get to open for Paul McCartney, and that's like, okay, I think you're doing. It seemed, kind of, it's like pretty pretty awesome thing to be doing. It's a good gig to get,
I
for
think you've
sure.
been validated between the Juno, David Letterman, the Paul McCartney, and the Pearl Jam show. I think there's
Yeah,
some documentation there.
yeah, no, that, I mean, that's great, but these things need to keep coming. you know, it's
I
like,
hear you.
yeah, it's such a hungry, you just want the next thing after that, right? So